I didn't plan to speak. Not at first. I only planned to listen to every foolish word as he said it. But when he reached the end of his little speech, the one about younger minds and new systems, something in me went still. Not angry, not shaking, just still. That's when the line was crossed. He didn't even look up from the stack of glossy brochures on his mahogany desk, brochures his son had printed with charts that meant nothing. Numbers he didn't understand, buzzwords that weren't real. His voice was flat, almost bored. Thank you for your service, but Jason will take it from here. Effective Friday. 8 years reduced to a sentence. I tasted metal in my mouth. The office was too cold. Construction hats lined the walls like trophies. The models of unfinished skyscrapers looked like bones under fluorescent light. I could hear the muffled sounds of the crews outside. Boots on concrete. Trucks backing up. Steel striking steel. Living proof of the machine I ran every week. My machine. My system. My quiet empire. And he just cut me out of it like an unwanted page. His son, Jason, leaned back in the chair across from me with that MBA smirk I'd learned to hate from a distance. The smirk of someone who had never earned sweat, only inherited ceilings. He tapped on his laptop like he was performing for us. Honestly, it's just Excel formulas, he said. Anyone with a degree can structure this data. No offense. No offense. The room felt crowded with ghosts of every night I'd spent debugging custom payroll logic for union contracts, state-specific overtime laws, shift differentials, hazard pay triggers, and delayed site approvals. Things Excel couldn't even pretend to understand. But I didn't argue. Not then. I just watched his fingers dance uselessly across a spreadsheet he didn't know was a ticking bomb. Everyone likes to believe betrayal comes with thunder, shouting, dramatic exits. It doesn't. It comes quietly, a sentence, a smirk, a signature, and something inside you bends, then breaks, then straightens into something sharper. I nodded, stood slowly, closed my laptop with deliberate calm. That's when the emotional bond, thin and frayed already, finally died. 8 years of loyalty gone in a single breath. I packed my tools in silence. A small cardboard box, the kind used for things that never mattered. Pens, cables, an old ID badge. But the one thing that did matter wasn't in the box. It was on their servers. My system was built like a cathedral. Not flashy, not obvious, but structured, fortified, layered with redundancies and safeguards known only to me. Thousands of worker profiles, certified hours, union-mandated sequencing rules, tax tables, cross-state verifications, fraud flags, payment routing structures. You don't replace that with Excel. Not in a week, not in a year, certainly not by Monday. So when he said, effective Friday, all I heard was, you have the weekend. My silence wasn't defeat. It was preparation. I went home early that day, something I never did. I poured a drink. Then I opened my private audit logs and waited. Just before midnight, he took the bait. Jason signed an unauthorized using his father's admin badge. And then he started deleting the safeguards. The system didn't stop him. It only watched, and so did I. He stripped out the certification verification engine, removed the union sequencing, overrode eligibility checks for shift differentials, deleted a year's worth of accrued adjustments that were queued to process Monday morning. Excel formulas can't track what he just broke, but I could. I didn't interfere. Not yet. I only documented every keystroke. Saturday morning, the first calls came in. Site foremen couldn't see their assignments. Supervisors couldn't pull payout estimates. A few workers had their hours jumbled into the wrong state. An audit nightmare. By noon, the entire Western Division couldn't confirm payroll. Jason kept insisting, it's just a syncing issue. By evening, the union rep had called twice. By nightfall, 6 times. I just sipped my drink and watched the inevitable unravel. Sunday was worse. The system failed the multi-state compliance validation because Jason deleted it. Direct deposits queued into a dead-end routing group because he shut off the engine that separated the batches. Hundreds of workers were now on paper checks that no longer had a bank file to match. He tried exporting the mess into Excel. His laptop froze. He rebooted 4 times. I listened to him shouting through the walls of his father's office. Desperation replacing arrogance. They tried calling me by noon on Sunday. I let it ring. Monday morning arrived. I showed up early, not to save them, just to witness it. The union filled the lobby, angry, loud, unified. 12,000 workers across 4 states waiting on a payroll system that would never come. He saw me enter. His voice cracked when he spoke. Please, just help us get through today. You know the system. You know what you did. I shook my head slowly. I didn't do anything. I handed him the printout of his own audit log. You did. His father looked pale, older than he had on Friday, defeated. We'll hire you back, he whispered. Name your number. I leaned in. My number was respect, and you ran it through a shredder. He swallowed hard. The union rep stepped closer, glaring at them both. I didn't stay for the shouting or the collapse or the frantic calls to banks, auditors, site managers. I'd given them silence, and silence had done the work for me. I walked out into the cold morning air feeling lighter than I had in years. Justice isn't loud. It's precise, and sometimes it sounds exactly like a payroll system that never ran.